Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sip and Share. Sip and share. Sip and share. Sip and share. Let's go. Oh.
Sip and share. Sip and share.
All right, listen, we are feeling good. We are tan.
Yes, we are.
We are brown, not a frown to be found. Why are we feeling so good?
Because we have just come back from the Caribbean.
Ooh, whereabouts?
We were in Los Cabos at Blanc Spa and Resorts, but we're going to get into that in a minute. Babe, what are you sipping on today?
Listen, I am sipping on some...
Looks brown.
Because I'm so brown, I had to drink some brown, and I had to drink something called that Vanilla Crown.
Rap star. No.
Hey,
No,
what you drinking?
No. Since I'm so... Cranberry juice. 100%. You guys know how I do.
She's so good, and she's so merry. She's drinking that juice from the cranberry.
Okay. Anyway. Now you guys can see why he had to join the military and the rap career was cut short.
Don't sleep
But
on the
you
raps.
know, you used to have that rap book.
I still have it.
And it had all
have
that
it.
duct tape around it.
It was called Book O Raps.
Yeah. Oh, y'all, with the apostrophe on it. So we just came back from Blanc Spa Resorts in Los Cabos. Oh my goodness. And so we thought we need to take the time to provide a review for this resort for all of you. Not many people may know of this particular resort because like us, we always visited the other side of Mexico,
Yep.
you know, Cancun, Cozumel, all of those things over there. This was our first time on the West Coast side of Mexico.
It was great, man.
Yeah,
We're
it
gonna
was
get into
wonderful. And it looks totally different than the East Coast, right?
buddy. Yes, sir.
So I don't want to spoil it. I wrote down some things here, guys. So if you hear the paper rattle, but let me give full disclosure right now. Yes, my t-shirt is a little tight. We participated in an Easter egg hunt at Los Cabos Blanc Resort. This is what I won. And unfortunately, you know, the size is,
It's just a Le Blanc shirt.
Le Blanc shirt. So, you know, I'm repping Le Blanc.
Le Blanc.
I'm not sure. This didn't come. It went with us. I'm not sure. Sun's not out in here, but
Sun is shining.
whatever. I support his creativity and rap career.
All right, baby.
All right, babe. So we went to LeBlanc
Yes,
for
we
our
did.
25th anniversary. We stayed there for an entire week, guys. And we're going to walk you through some of the important things that we saw. We're going to rate those things for you. And, you know, maybe this will encourage you or discourage you from going to visit LeBlanc Spa and Resorts in Los Cabos.
Let's get into it.
So let's start with this one. The shuttle ride.
The shuttle ride.
So we arrive at the airport. Airport is a whole different thing in itself. I'm just going to leave it to the part of like getting there to LeBlanc. What did you think about that?
Well, I will say, you know, the moment we got through the whole line of customs and all that other stuff, you know, you see the sign that says welcome or whatnot. Then you kind of get hit just a little bit with the people trying to get you to book things or whatever. It wasn't really too bad
No, that wasn't
in my
bad.
perspective. But once you get through that gauntlet, you get to the next step and you just walk out there. You see a whole bunch of employees and workers that trying to get people to their shuttles and things like that.
Yeah. So one of the things I want to clarify, if you book through Delta Vacations, your shuttle is not with LeBlanc.
There you go.
So we were telling the individuals, hey, we're looking for the LeBlanc shuttles because it's like a lot of people. Like you got to imagine people are just getting off their flights and here's all of the individual shuttle rides and they're holding up signs and you got Ubers and various buses and things trying to pick people up to get them to their destination.
Yep.
So we were like, we're for LeBlanc.
Yep.
And we got to LeBlanc and he was like, I can't find your name. And I'm like, what?
Hey,
Oh
I
my
ain't gonna lie,
God.
that created a little bit of
I
anxiety.
was like,
you know,
oh my gosh, where we gonna stay?
You finally get there and that sun hits you. I mean, we coming from the north where it's cold and that sun hits you, you know, and you like, okay, it's time to get on. And then when somebody say, I can't find your name on the shuttle list, you start to get a little bit of anxiety, but you know.
Yeah. So, but he was so sweet. He was a LeBlanc employee, and he said, how did you book? And I said, Delta Vacations. He said, okay. And he walked me over to the Delta Vacations individual. And from that point, this is towards Delta Vacations. The individual who handled us getting on the shuttle did an awesome job. I will give him a 10 out of 10.
Yep.
He even told us we had time to get a drink at the bar.
Yeah, man.
He told us where to sit to wait for the shuttle and came to get us when the shuttle came.
As soon as we got out there and we got in the right hands in the right line for the right shuttle, you know, they had some Drake and Nicki and not Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion out there playing, and I mean, it immediately put you in the mood. You're like, oh, I'm on vacation, you know.
Yeah,
so shuttle stuff. Hopped on the shuttle. Shuttle came. Took the shuttle. You know, I would recommend you don't sit in the back because it get a little bumpy. But you know, that's just to be expected. Other than that, had some good scenery along the way.
Good scenery along the way. Driver was fast and furious, but safe.
Yep.
And the van was very clean. So Delta Vacations, I'll give you like a 9.5 out of 10. The driving was a little scary for me, but you know, other than that, just awesome service, cleanliness, everything.
Too easy.
So let's move on. Let's get to LeBlanc itself and let's give them their reviews, right?
Yep.
So here we are. We pull up to LeBlanc, and you can't even get into this resort. It is gated.
Locked down.
You have to stop. Even when we took an Uber to go off one time, they can't even get on to get you. They have to ask your name, your room number, all of these things to get on. So we finally get through the big gates.
Yep.
Oh, God, forgive me. It was like the pearly gates of heaven. No, I'm sure it wasn't. Not at all. Not even close, but it made you feel like it.
Yeah, man.
And gosh, when that shuttle driver, he ran around to that side so fast to pull out a step stool for us to get out. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, man.
And then we were greeted by like, what, three, four LeBlanc
people,
employees?
You know what I mean? It's almost like, you know, it's kind of like you're a superstar, you know, like my wife mentioned, you walked through those gates and the man came out, looked at the license plate. It was super secure, so it made us all feel safe. Like, wow, can't just everybody get in here. It felt like it was exclusive.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, I hopped off that shuttle so fast and I was so excited. And the first gentleman was standing there with these little tongues getting you a hot towel so you can wipe your face. And I was so excited instead of me, you know, trying to take the towel, I was trying to take the tongues, and he was kind of holding on to it. But what a warm welcome, man. It was a great welcome.
So, and it was a cool towel, you guys. I know you probably like, why would I give you a warm towel?
It cool?
It was cool. It was a cool towel.
It was a cool towel.
So what impressed me was when we stepped off that shuttle was the attentiveness of all of the individual employees who worked right up front. We got the towels immediately, and immediately one of the individuals said, when we told them our name, Mr. and Mrs. Sims, they were like, oh, you're here for your anniversary. I was like, what?
Like, y'all spying on me?
Like, really? And they were like, happy anniversary. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then so one of the individuals took over and he took us into the check-in lobby. And this lobby is beautiful.
This is the music I heard in my ear when I walked in there.
Well, I would have walked out. I'm not sure. That sounded like a monastery or something. I don't know. Well, you know, I was overwhelmed with luxury.
Yeah, man.
Let's say it that way.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed with luxury. So we go and we sit for a minute, and because the check-in people, they each had someone, but the gentleman who walked us in, he stayed right by our side
the whole time.
And as soon as someone's available, he was like, Mr. and Mrs. Sims, and walked us over to our check-in receptionist.
Got over to the check-in receptionist. First thing they did was they handed my lovely bride a rose. They put these little neck warmer massage things around you, and they handed us this glass of like some kind of coconut drink or whatnot. And it's like, man, I just stepped into luxury right out of the gate.
Check-in was rather easy. This individual, I wish I remember his name. He was so sweet.
Oh, he was awesome.
He was also very good at what he did. I asked him about an upgrade because we were kind of teetering because we wanted to stay as long as possible. So we took the lower room, which was a partial ocean view. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And so we talked to him about an upgrade, and he said, hey, I got to wait for you to get it for this much, And I was like, nah, never mind. But he was very welcoming, helped us out a lot, and then got our bracelets on and all that, explained everything. And then he handed us off to the vacation travel people.
Y'all see my face, don't you? Like, I can't stand those things. Every time we go on vacation, like, I'm not trying to become a member or a resident or whatever. I'm just here to be on vacation. So I will say, though, unlike some of the other places we've been to, they were not extremely persistent.
Or pushy.
But, I think I said no probably I'm good.
3 times.
Probably about 3 times or so. After that, it's like, you sure? It was kind of good. So had to get through that level. And I will say, out of all the ones I've done, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, and I will say the only reason he had to say no 3 times is because the man kept upping the deal. Yeah. I'll give you guys this much to come to the tour, this much to come to the tour, this much. And when he got to one of them, I was like, babe, come on, we can give up an hour. Come on.
Like, I already gave up 10 minutes. I'm good.
Overall, for the welcome and check-in portion, I'm going to have to give them a 10. I almost want to ding just a little bit for the travel part, but I get it. Yeah. They do it.
Comes with the territory.
So
I'll give him a 10.
10 out of 10.
I'll give him a 9.5 because,
Yeah, he just don't like that stuff, y'all. But they were very nice, very courteous. They took the no and went on with their business, right?
Then we got handed over to the butlers.
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet?
So when we were finishing up with the guy who was trying to get us to go look at their property and buy into a plan, once we got the nose down, he handed us off back to the gentlemen who handled the baggage.
Yeah, you're right about it.
And they were ready. I mean, when I'm telling y'all, there was like split second wait. It was like this.
It's like this.
Bam.
Boom.
You're not that. He didn't say sit there and wait. They were like, bing, come on, let's go.
Ready to go.
And so he was talking to us, walking us through the hotel. Just very courteous. We didn't have a bag in our hands. They even tried to take my book bag, I think. And I was like, no, I'm good,
Like, that's good treatment, man. He pressed the elevator buttons for us. We hopped up in the elevator, walked past the coffee shop and all that. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Got up to the floor that we were staying on, and then I think that's when we met Romeo and Alexis. Those were our 2 butlers, and they were very, very nice, very kind.
I was like Romeo for love, and Alexis, my daughter's middle name is Alexis, so it was very familiar. Before you even get to your room, they're standing there, they're waiting to greet you, and so we go to our room alone for a minute. And we get in there, and we're like, thank God we didn't upgrade.
Yeah, buddy. Listen, the whole ocean front, you guys know what ocean front and ocean view. In some hotels, there's a big difference. But from my opinion, ocean view is what we had. We didn't have ocean front. Ocean view was just as good as ocean front.
But it was partial ocean view.
Partial ocean view.
So not only did we have ocean view, it was only supposed to be partial.
I don't know if it's something up with my eyes, but I was able to see all the ocean.
Everything. We had a lovely scenery. As a matter of fact, I would stay in that room again. It was room 258.
258.
So we're on the room, and we get in the room, guys, and it's a king bed in there. It's this large tub in there. It's 2 sinks, separate toilet area. And we have a balcony with chairs. I mean, and the balcony is big.
Balcony's
Remember
huge,
how
man.
huge that balcony
Just
was?
chill. You got plenty of room out there in that balcony.
Yeah.
Plenty.
And you had your drinks inside there, alcoholic, non-alcoholic. You even had the beverage station for your drinks. You had
to be clear, there's literally 4 different liquors.
3 different.
3 different liquors in there. A whiskey, a rum, and a tequila.
Yeah.
That fully
vodka.
A vodka, fully.
Because I use that one.
Fully ready to go for you. But in addition to that, there's a whole bottle of wine and a whole bottle of tequila there that you can either open or take home with you.
Yeah.
Drawer full of snacks, fully stocked fridge with beer, drinks.
Yeah. So all of that is in your room. And so we are looking around our room. It probably wasn't no time. And then our butler comes and he explains everything, like how to utilize our app, the TV, make reservations, told us he could do these things for us, told us about running our baths, provided aromatherapy. And I know I'm listing a lot because of services right now, but this was what we got when we came to our room, right? But just on the room alone, minus the service of the butler, the room alone, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10. We had a little mishap, but I'm still going to give it a 10 out of 10 because I know what that mishap was from.
Because of that very, 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 very minor mishap.
It better be a 9.8.
I'm going to give it a 9.5.
Okay. And it was no one's fault to this mishap at all.
We don't even want to mention the mishap. That's how minor it was.
The cleanliness, the attentiveness took care of it all. So we are good to go. I'm going to still, and I am very picky. I'm OCD.
Yeah, but
I still give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for the
room.
The
robes, the slippers, the big bathroom, the big comfortable bed, and y'all, they'll bring you special ergonomic pillows if you want them.
Yeah, especially
down feather pillows, whatever kind of pillow you want, they're gonna bring them for you.
Especially because they didn't have slippers, they had slippers. So so that give you a 10. Slippers. So I had slippers.
Yeah. So okay, let's move on to, and I know some of this stuff is like threading, guys, but we're going to try to keep it as separate as possible.
Yep.
The ambiance environment, like just the overall look and feel. What do you say about LeBlanc?
Well, here's the thing, right? Once you go on a vacation, I don't know if you've ever been to like Dubai or some places like that and everything just looks, feels, smells clean. That's the feeling that I got when I walked up in there. Yeah. Everything's clear.
Yeah, you know what? It does remind you of being overseas, like in a Dubai or something like that. I'm not going to stay on this part long. If you go to their website, you're going to see it for yourself. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there. Aside from ours, go and look at them. A clean place, a relaxing place. A very well decorated place, a very well maintained place. Absolutely. 10 out of 10, hands down. Nothing to say about that.
Honest, I'm going to give y'all a 10 too.
Yeah. Let's say the beach and pools.
Beach and pools.
Yeah.
So, all in all, let me go ahead and just throw it out there up front. The scenery of the beach, absolutely amazing. Nice, beautiful waters. The beach sand itself, extremely manicured and well maintained. If you're one of those type of people that
can I talk to you for 1 second?
Sure.
Because you just said extremely well manicured. Remember, every single day when we woke up, they had raked it, y'all, and made designs in the sand. Absolutely. I don't know if you were going to mention that.
Yeah, so you go out there fresh in the morning, they've got little rakes and designs and stuff like that in the sand. So it's constantly manicured, constantly clean, very pretty. So very beautiful to the eyes. My butt is, if you're the type of person that you want to go hop in the water and swim around and all the other stuff, not so much because of the waves are very strong. So they advise you not to really get in the water like that in the undertow. So all in all, you don't really miss anything though. You can go lay on the beach, sit on the beach. Then that brings me to the pools. There's an infinity pool right next to the beach. Literally, you can just kind of stand in the infinity pool and feel like you're almost in the water already.
I want to add on to the beach. I couldn't believe that 2 people got a sofa, 2 chairs, and an umbrella and table.
Uncontested.
At the beach.
Easy.
Like, we got all those things to ourselves. So if I wanted to lay out in the sun, I could lay on the sofa. If I wanted to just get under the umbrella, I could get under the umbrella. We had an attendant out there on it. Constant. You get your waters. They keep refilling your water as you need it. Your drinks, food. Bring it all to you.
Thing. You don't have to lift the finger.
You ain't got to get up.
Eat your chicken wing.
No, the only thing you got to do is get up and go use the bathroom. That's all you got to go do if you need to go do it.
And eat your chicken wing.
Yeah. So, I will say this about the beach water though. though the waves were strong, people who are accustomed to the water were able to get into the water. But it is a stronger wave current there. So.
Every beach we go to, we at least want to say we put our feet in the
So
water.
we did put our feet in
East
there.
Coast, West Coast, down south, whatever. So you're able to put your feet in the water. You're good.
Yeah. And if you love horseback riding, they have horseback riding right there on that beach. There.
Giddy up.
And we saw a lot of people doing like private dinners on the beach. A whole wedding party had their whole rehearsal dinner on the beach with fire, flamethrowers, all of this. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Beautiful to the eyes.
So the beach, I don't know if I've ever seen water that clear or that beautiful.
I'm gonna wait for your rating.
Because the mountains were right there too. We forgot to mention that.
So you're talking scenery and everything.
Yeah,
You ain't
like
just talking about the beach.
For the beach.
Okay.
When I think of a beach, I'm thinking of all inclusive, like the sand, the water, what I'm looking at.
All right.
And what I love about this beach, it's untouched.
Okay.
It's not like a million boats coming through or jet skis or things like that.
Chill, man.
It's not really like that.
What you gonna give? Be honest.
For relaxation, I got to give this beach at least a 9.5.
For relaxation.
Yeah.
Me personally, first of all, beach,
least.
amazing. I'm gonna give the beach an 8 because I've seen some beautiful beaches. I've seen extremely clear water. I can see all the way down to the bottom and see my feet. I've seen YouTube videos of the Maldives and things, Maldives, and all that other stuff. So I know what beautiful beaches look like.
You been to the Maldives?
I said I've seen videos or whatnot.
Well,
so
you can't compare.
yes, I can. It's not. Is it perfect? Is the beach perfect?
It's not a perfect beach, but it was very beautiful, and I was in love with my baby, so that's why I'm like giving all these ratings, and they were just.
Don't take the 8 as something bad. I'm just telling you. I'm comparing it to everything around the world.
Yeah,
it's a great beach.
Yeah, and I have not seen as many overseas beaches as he has, so that's probably 9.5 for me because you can't really be in the water as much for him in comparison to other ones. But if you want a lovely beach, don't count this one out. I'll say don't count it out. So the pools, you already mentioned the infinity pool.
Yep.
And I think that was your favorite.
Yep.
But they do have the infinity pool that looks like you're just going straight into the beach. Mm-hmm. They have 2 jacuzzis and then another main pool. You're never going to be crowded. You're never going to have to fight for a space. Now, I will say that some people went and put a book down on chairs in the morning just because you might want it to be up front more or closer to the bar more or something like that. But you're not going to have to fight.
You're not going to have to fight at all.
Yeah.
First of all, everybody did it. It's just a matter of where you want to sit. I get up in the morning, I go put my book down, and by the time I come back, they got towels down, so on and so forth. The jacuzzis, I think one was hot, one was cold, supposedly. We only got in the hot one, so I don't know for sure. They got about 3 different pools. You're not going to be overcrowded, like you said.
Yeah.
And each one of the pools had a bar in close proximity, so it's a matter if you want to be right there at the infinity pool and lay and see the beach, or you want to go chill and listen to the music, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, the main pool. They had a main pool. And I guess this is also a time to say that they even brought a la carte food to you, right? I mean, like, what I mean by that is, though your pool guys and girls would go get you food, there was still a taco stand, a churro stand, an ice cream stand. The ice cream would start first, then it would turn into churros. Taco stand was there all the time. The martini, no, the what do you
tequila
call it?
Bar. Margarita man.
Margarita. And one time they had 2 margarita men. I guess they were like, "Woo, Jesus." And then some days they bring a whole full spread. They had paella. They had seared tuna, salmon.
Yep.
They had for Easter. They had all of these so pretty desserts out there. It was so pretty. Burgers, hot dogs.
You going into the food?
Well, I'm just, because we're at the pool.
Okay.
Because we're at the pool, I just want people to know that not only can you order your food, but if you're coming back from the bathroom, wash your hands first. You can go to one of those. Sushi cart too would be at the pool.
I mean, just imagine just.
And good sushi,
walk
y'all.
over here and get some sushi.
At the pool. At the pool.
Easy money. So
never saw that.
Did we rate it?
The pools. I'm gonna get. I mean, that's a 10. I don't think nothing was wrong with pools.
I'm gonna get a pool of 10.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
Oh, they thought that out.
I have no complaints.
They really thought the pools out. Yeah. So let's go to the bars. Let's go to the bars.
All right.
I want to start with the pool bar Because I think that for us, let me just go ahead and say this. They use Pepsi products. Pepsi to me is already kind of sweetened, and I just don't think it's a good mixer. I prefer Coke products as mixers. So for me, oftentimes the drinks were no. I would rather get a ginger ale out of my room and put some vodka or something in that than get their drinks there.
My alcoholic palate is quite developed. I said that wrong. My alcohol palate is quite developed. So drinks, drinks. I've got the senses on. So I'm just gonna say I was not a fan of the pool drinks.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah. Now we did meet some people and they told us about different shots. And we're not talking about like just straight shots of tequila or things like that. They told us about a Scooby-Doo, Mexican candy. Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Oh, pink woman's private part. And it was the mini beer. Yep. All of those shots that they made from the pool bar were good.
So get those 4 shots. They're all great.
Those shots were good.
But your regular libations and regular cocktails and your regular stuff that you would think is super simple, like let me get a this and a this. Mm-mm.
Yeah. We didn't really find a drink that we could just latch on to at the pool.
Not at the pool.
Much. Not
other bars.
So the pool bar, what do you give it?
Oh, we rating the pool bar itself?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and rate that. I'm gonna probably
4.
Yeah, I agree. I'll give it that too.
Yeah, I'll give it 4.
But I will say, every single person who worked there, you did your thing.
Oh yeah, no, the service at the pool bar, which we'll get to. The service at the pool bar, top notch.
The taste, they got to work on it. Get some better bartending out there, as well as some Coke products, some stronger mixers.
Yeah, buddy.
And I'm a person who likes real fruit in my real fruit juice, not like that artificial
syrupy stuff.
Yeah, syrupy stuff. That's not good. All right. So there were other bars in LeBlanc. They had one up at Blanc Fire. They had one that was in the lobby that we got too late. They had them in every single restaurant, and each and every restaurant has their own signature drinks. So be sure to ask for those. I didn't drink very much at those other than wine, so I'm not going away. I'm gonna kind of back off. Only thing I will say is Habibi had a very good something tea.
Yeah,
drink,
I don't remember what it was.
But it was very good.
Yeah.
All right.
So we already gave the pool bar, 4. All the other just standard restaurant bars, I'm going to have to up it a little bit. I'm probably going ahead and give them a 7. However, there's one bar in particular. I think it's called the Lobby Bar or something like that. We didn't really find it or catch on to it because honestly, you walk past it until like the last night or the night before last or something like that. That one, just because I only got to try it once, I'm going to go ahead and give that one a 9 because I had an old fashioned and he made it just the way I'm used to having it. So if you're going to go find a drink, Lobby Bar.
Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't that it was hard to find, guys. We were confused and we thought it was a part of a restaurant.
Right.
So we didn't ever go to it because we were like, well, when we go to that restaurant, we'll go to that bar. Right. But the Lobby Bar is its separate thing. And then they do have like the restaurant scenery is behind it. It's the French restaurant. It looks like it's over there, but it's a mirror. Yeah. Okay, let's go food. We just talked about drinks. Food is my specialty, as you can see how this shirt fits. So for me, man, this was like going to, I would say, I think like a 5-star restaurant every single night. I really think that.
Okay.
Yeah. We left to go off the resort one time because we went to the world's most romantic restaurant in the world. And we were like, we can't pass this up, right? I'm going to say the food at the resort satisfied me way more than the food at that restaurant.
Facts.
But we're going to do a separate review on that particular restaurant.
So you got to like, subscribe, and see our other videos.
Yeah.
So What you gonna rate the food, or you want me to talk first?
Just tell me, what was your favorite food? What was your favorite restaurant, favorite food?
We don't have the time, but they got French restaurants, they got Mediterranean restaurants, they got Italian restaurants, they got Asian restaurants, they got a whole gamut of restaurants. Mexican
international,
restaurants. It's a ton. It's really hard, but I'm probably gonna have to say up at the top for me. I'm not gonna say which is over. But the French restaurant was really great for me. I love exotic foods. The escargot was amazing in the French restaurant. I also loved the Italian restaurant as well. The Italian restaurant was good.
So for me, I'm going to go with the Mediterranean, which is called Habibi now. I think it used to be called Meze. They're changing the names of their restaurants. That was we're in that transition when we were there. And then because I like Asian food, I'm going with Yama. But I will say that Blanc Ocean, French toast.
Forgot about that.
Get
the French toast at Blanc Ocean.
And Blanc International, the buffet is there in the morning. I don't know what you want that's not there.
And don't sleep on the pizza either. Pizza's good.
Yeah.
And the coffee shop.
See y'all. Yeah. You see what we're saying? Food. So for me, 10 out of 10. I mean, I ain't gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 10.
Yeah.
10.
I mean,
you got variety, you got goodness.
Yeah. Even if you didn't like something, you can get something else or order room service, 10. Guys. Room service as well, right? 10. And let's see, where are we? Did we skip anything we need to rate, babe?
Did we talk about interior, exterior already?
Well, we talked about the ambiance and all of that, so I think that's good.
Spa. We ain't talking about the
spa.
And we ain't talking about entertainment either.
Oh,
man. Yeah. So spa. Listen, the whole spa thing. First of all, it's complimentary. You can do it one time. You can do it every day. Hydrotherapy is complimentary. You can do it every single day that you're there. And there's this whole phased approach. You got the sauna, you got the steam room, you got the cold room, you got the relaxation area, you got the cold dip pool, the jacuzzi, the hot dip pool. All of it. It's free, complimentary. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and get out of 10 straight out of the gate because the service that they give you, they walk you through, they talk you through, they give me a little drinks all the way through. I will say when it got a little busier though, I didn't get the same service that I got on the first day that I went that I did on the alternate days that I went.
Yeah. When we first went to this resort, it was at 40% occupancy. When we left, it was at 100. Yeah. So it was nice and lovely to get the extra special treatment at the 40% occupancy, but by the time Wednesday rolled around, it started filling back up. We came on Easter weekend, so they said that was probably the lull of people being with their families, not being on vacation necessarily. Our anniversary just happened to be on Easter this year, Resurrection.
Boom.
What were we talking about? Oh, the spa. So for me, I deal with anxiety, and the steam room and the one that the steam room. Yep. The steam room was quite overwhelming for me on the first day, especially because it was more empty, so the door probably wasn't opening a lot, and it was just so foggy, and it was like you couldn't see, and it was like just dark, it was just too much for me. But I did it. Mm-hmm. I conquered it. Aside from my particular anxieties, I enjoyed the experience. I did go do it again because I was like, I'm a conqueror. I'm going to do this. On the second time that I did it, it was busier and we were kind of corralled in. And I noticed that some things were missing from the first day that, like you said, didn't get my free massage on my head and things like that. Missed getting some drinks after each and everything. You're supposed to get this refreshing drink. Mm-hmm. Also, some of the patrons were talking inside of the particular rooms, so it wasn't as relaxing. But my rating is not on the patrons because they can't control that. Right. I'm going to give it a 8.5 because being such a luxury resort, and you have to book this hydrotherapy, so they know how many people are coming, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like either cut down on how many people are coming or ensure that you're going to be able to provide consistent service. Cool. So that's why I rated that.
I'm going to give it a 9, primarily because of the fact that it's FREE. And the only reason I didn't really give it higher than that is because of the fact that they have to learn to be consistent throughout, regardless of the capacity.
Yeah.
So my sweet spot is a 9.
Yeah. And I will say, we didn't try any of the massages or anything like that. We heard other people also saying that it's very high. Like a couples massage, just regular couples massage, maybe 30 minutes, or it might be 50, is $512.
No, sir.
And that was quite a bit. So
I got you.
The buy-in,
You can pay me that money.
The buy-in was to try to get you to go on that tour, and they would give you credit to do the massages and things like that. But of course, we didn't do it.
Nope.
I heard that the massages were good for some people that tried it, but most people seemed like they were like, that's too high. And I mean, those are the lower rate massages.
We got one more, don't we?
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
I'll let you start that one off.
I'm going to go ahead and say the entertainment in my book. I won't give it a rating right away, but we saw some Hispanic type music. We heard a saxophonist. We heard a violinist. Just a guy that was doing some tap dancing and some rock music. The whole nine. All in all, throughout, you're gonna find something that you like. They did have this one little club-like place. I call it club because I can't think of anything else. Where nobody really, it's kind of empty. Surprisingly enough, nobody really shows up. So it's almost like you get a dance floor to yourself. But they do have a good DJ in there playing some good music. So music, entertainment, all throughout, whether it's at the pool, at the bar, whatever. I think it was pretty decent, especially for that hotel. So I'll wait before I give my rating.
Yeah. So the hotel prides itself on providing
the resort, I should say.
The,
not hotel.
The resort, yeah. The resort prides itself on providing you a relaxing, pampered experience. And you can tell by the choice of their entertainment. Saxophone, violin, like he said. They even had xylophone men out there. And in that club thing, we call it club, but it's like a sports bar kind of a thing. They would have bands there too. So it wasn't just a DJ. And I will say the DJ was on point. It wasn't that he was bad or anything like that.
Right.
But I think what was happening was people would open the door, nobody's really in here, and then they would leave. So it never really got crowded. And most people, like I said, are coming there to mostly just be like, woosah, I guess.
Right.
I have a complaint with the entertainment in the fact that it wasn't consistent. There was a couple of days that we were at the pool and there was no music.
Yeah.
Like, I think we can still be relaxing and still provide the saxophonist every day or the violinist every day. And then for the music that they played when they weren't there, you could hear it louder at one pool, but at the other pool you could barely hear any music at all. So I would suggest that they get speakers and be able, because we were playing our own music sometimes, and some other patrons were like, "Hey, we want to hear your music."
I was playing the wobble. Bartender was out there dancing with me. I will say though, as I listened to you talk, it made me think beyond just the music. Because they did because they did have this young lady. She was going around trying to get people to play volleyball.
Oh, yeah.
There is a cornhole set out there. There's a ping pong set out there if you want to play. On Easter, we happened to be there on Easter. They did an Easter egg hunt. They gave away prizes and things like that. So there's other stuff that you can do. They did water volleyball.
Yeah.
They have yoga on the water. They have in water, spin class. My wife and I did the actual regular yoga. So there's a ton of things to do from an entertainment perspective. I think I started off by just talking about and focusing on the music. So I want to make sure we give it a full review of all the entertainment that's there.
Yeah, and I will say the gym was very consistent. There was something to do every single day, maybe 2 times a day or whatever. Gym was very nice too. We didn't rate that. I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick rating, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for the gym. For the gym itself, 10 out of 10.
And the lady who instructed us, I give her 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, absolutely.
But as far as the entertainment, I'm going to have to ding them there and say a 6, just because we're adults and we want to relax and we want to be pampered. Doesn't mean that we can't hear some jazzy, some soothing music, or, even just a little upbeat, slow beat, something. I think people were missing that component a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go that low. I think, I'm going to go ahead and give them an 8. Because there was a variety of things to do. I even did, now that I think about it, I even did a belly dancing class,
contest,
and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of, I will say the biggest ding really is just kind of the poolside music just throughout. So
yeah, poolside. And but we went to Blanc Fire one night, no entertainment. I just think it needs to be consistent that your bars, and as a matter of fact, you know, we've been on things like Royal Caribbean. Every single bar we went to had an entertainer there.
Yeah.
That was not the case here. You had to go to a specific place, Blanc
Right.
Fire, and then after that, you would go to the sports bar place, and those were the only two forms. I just feel like, can you put something simple
Sure.
in each area?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Would you bump up your 6 a little bit? Because I'm going to remind you of something. If you consider fireworks and color fireworks. Because we probably forgot about it.
Well, first of all, the color fireworks was a part of a video shoot, but they did do fireworks. We did get to see some flame throwers too, because I think the people with their wedding were doing that. Like I said, it's all good. Yeah. Honestly, I'm getting to this question. Overall rating, and would you go back?
Yes, I'm going to get to my overall rating, but it's not on our paper. But I do want to shout out their photography section.
Oh.
I have to shout out their photography section. Man, we went there.
That's 20 out of 10.
Listen.
That's 100 out of 10.
However you can go above 10. My wife and I did a photo shoot for our anniversary. The photography section. Man, boom.
Carmen, I think her name was.
Yeah. Killed it. So that's going to go into my rating, my overall rating. So I had to throw
my
it out
gosh. Yeah. Excellent. Just excellent. Even her, the photographer, and the lady who showed us our pictures, and whoever edited, I don't know who the editor was. I mean, just on it. And I also want to shout out this gentleman. This is the type of resort you're going to, guys. And
we remember names.
I know this video is long, but we got to give them their due justice. When we were just walking on top, looking at the water, there was a landscaper up there watering the plants. He came over to us. Now, this is not a short walk. It's a good little distance. Mm-hmm. And he started talking to us. And he said, have y'all just tried to take a picture like this? This is one of the best spots to do a picture like this, because you can get the ocean and the mountain in there. And he took it for us. Yep. Not one, but did it on another part too.
Didn't have to do it, but he did it.
And I'm like, these are the kind of people, like if you are coming one way and they want to go that same way, they move to the side.
Yeah, buddy.
And they let you by.
Yep.
And it's
courteous, very courteous.
I'll tell you, ladies, you may be called a sir, because some people, they just call everybody a sir. Yeah. And so, but everybody was that was something I had to get used to, but everybody was so courteous. Just anything you wanted, even if it wasn't their job, they did it.
Absolutely.
They did it.
So with that, man, I had to go ahead and shout all the things we just talked about. And this is what you've been waiting for. I'm going to give you my rating first, and I'm going to let my lovely bride give you hers. So, all things considered, everything being said, all inclusive resorts, I'm going to go ahead and give them a 9 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, a 9 out of 10.
But just remember, 10's perfect. 10's
so
perfect.
let me say this. This was our first all-inclusive. We've heard that it is one of the most luxurious resorts ever. We've heard that from our travel agent. And I'm going to say, even though I dinged on some things, I'm going to say I had a perfect 10 out of 10 vacation because of them.
I don't disagree with that. I just know that 10 means there's no room for improvement. I've got other all-inclusives I need to check out, and I don't want to set the bar too high. But my experience, I agree with you, was a 10. I'm only giving them a 9 because I'm like, I don't have anything to compare it to.
There's always room for improvement. So LeBlanc, I'm giving you that 10. I want a 20. And as a matter of fact, they send you a survey. I filled it out. And they send it back and say, thank you for this. We're going to look at all of this and try to implement some things. And that comes within like 24 hours of you doing the survey. Would we go back to LeBlanc?
Yeah, man.
Los Cabos.
Absolutely. All day.
Oh, get me a ticket now.
All day.
Get me a ticket now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close out this video. If you stay here to the end, you're our friend. Subscribe, comment, and we encourage you, live life now.
Let's do it.
Live it now, right?
So with that.
Oh, babe, you're forgetting something.
I'll wait for you to ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh,
until next time, y'all, on Sip and Share.
I'm out. I'm literally
Sip
out.
and share. Sip and share. Let's go. You gotta look at the camera, Grandma.
I'm not. I'm gonna cut that out.